What is the secret to being able to grow and scale a business?
So I think it's always important for when someone's listening to this is to understand that people can lie, but the statistics never do. So it's really important to understand what it means to be a small business owner. There's 31.5 million businesses under $100 million from startup. Out of the 31.5 million small to mid-sized businesses in the United States, 25 million have that sole entrepreneur working by themselves. Then you have 5.3 million businesses that have 12 employees or less. And then you only have 600,000, so less than 2% that have over 12 employees. So it's really super hard to get over 12 employees if you're under 100 million. 97% of all those businesses cyclically will go out of business every 10 years. 2/3 will go out of business in the first 5. So the stats are entirely against you. And when we surveyed from 2009 to 2017, 18, when we surveyed thousands of business owners, why did you go into business? Almost all of them did not say, so I can go build a $100 million business, have a financial freedom, and make a lot of money. Almost all of them said, 70% of them said, because I didn't want a boss, I didn't want to be told what to do, I didn't want a limitation on my earnings, and I didn't want to be accountable to anybody else. So they started their business from what they didn't want, not from what they did want. Now I call this the entrepreneur dilemma, because now you go hire employees and you think employees are like you, don't want to be told what to do, don't want a limitation on your earnings, want to be left alone. And so that's how you treat them, which is why businesses struggle, because there's no discipline, there's no accountability, there's no direction, there's no reward system. It's just kind of, hey, do what I wanted to do when I was there and figure it out, right? And then they're let down. And even the ones that get bigger, they crash and burn after within 10 years because they just get too big, they fall on top of themselves. The stats are against you being a small to mid-sized business owner. So when you ask me the question, like what's involved with growing and scaling, it's first of all, if you were NASA and you were going to have a mission to go to Mars or to go to the moon, you'd have to have a mission and you'd have to have a purpose. And you'd say it's to go to the moon or it's to go to fix a satellite. Like you'd have a reason to do it, right? Most business owners don't have a reason. The reason is what they don't want. So they don't have the intentionality to move to what they do want. And when you don't have intentionality, you don't put strategy behind it. And where you're devoid of strategy, you're going to get lost in the weeds. And so it's kind of an algorithm for why they fail. Now contrast that to the small percentage that succeed. They usually have a very specific intention of what they want to accomplish. They have targets, they have goals. They're focused on leadership, and they're focused on mechanically putting their business together, and they're focused on hiring the right people and inspiring them and incentivizing them to execute. And that's a different mindset than what I don't want and just kind of meandering through the woods to see where you can get to the other side. And I think intentionality has everything to do with the ultimate success in business.